two identical blade geometries on these two cormorants. S35VN on this one, 154 cm on this one. Thought this would be a cool test for my own education to see how 154 actually stands up against S35VN. And later on in the video, we'll talk a little bit more about the details of the two metals. I'm sure there's millions of videos out there, but I'll just touch on a couple key points after I'm done using these blades. So one thing I want to mention is they were both razor sharp before I started, and they easily slice through paper, no problem. Pretty much factory brand new edge, but then touched up with my work sharp field sharpener. Alright, so I'm going to do some cuts with these cardboard pieces and just check out the effort. I'm not really pushing too hard to go through there, so you know. I don't know, some of these guys just cut and cut and cut and cut and cut, but I'm going to tell you, this effort when I'm pushing down, and I'm not like sawing, I'm just kind of drawing, pushing through. That's kind of showing like the geometry of the blade shape. If you can just draw down like that, and I'm just going to keep on going until I get smaller. Let's go this way. Chop, 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 suey. Oh, I don't want to cut myself. Oh, okay. All right, let's do another one. Do some slicing. Now I'm kind of doing the sawing. I'm going through, and it's kind of effortless. You can see that cut I just did. Not really putting too much pressure on there. Blade's getting some goop on it. And then we are gonna, you know, this is normal EDC kind of stuff that you would do. So let's go over here. And I'll do some more testing with, I guess, maybe some rubber or maybe some plastic zip ties or something. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Down through. Still going pretty good. It's chop-a-lopping. No problem. Our piece of cardboard failed us down there. There you go. Alright, now that's what that one looks like. Okay, and let's chop up with the 154 cm. See, there's no goop on there yet. All I was doing was some wood whittling. Okay, so I'm just going to do some cuts just straight through first. Yeah, just as easy, no problem, just pushing through. There's no real difference between the 154 cm and S35VN. Actually, this is kind of, seems like it's going through a little better, but we'll see after a whole bunch of cuts. And one more time, straight down through this little skinny piece. And walk. Cut this up. I know this is fascinating because everybody just loves to see a knife in action. It's not boring at all, is it, everybody? No. Alright, so let's do this piece. Last piece. Get some padding over here just so I don't hurt my blade. And it's still going through there. Look at that. Nice. Straight cuts. You know, I don't know. For some reason, this seems like it's going through easier. Let's just see if it's the cardboard in the cut. Yeah. This is going through easier. The 154 cm is going through easier right now. I think I just clapped it down. Let's try not to hit the slate there. I don't know, I'm comparing the force I'm putting on this one, comparing the force putting on the 154. I don't know. We'll have to go clean off the blades and then cut some more stuff. I don't know, I'm going to try to get some zip ties or something. Write a little something to put on this rock so I don't hurt. Well, I'm going to do a quick, let's just stack up some cardboard here. And I'm just going to like kind of chonk through it. Here's the 154th cm. That's kind of tough to do, like a pizza cutter. Okay, let's try the S35VN. Oh, that went a lot easier. Look at that, guys. It's the same exact blade geometry. It's 154 cm. I'm struggling. I'm pushing really hard. See, it's still connected. Still connected. Still connected. Grab the S35VN. Look at that. Wow. Big difference there. Let's see that in action again. Take three pieces, and then we'll get the S35VN, and we'll just give this, I'm just going to push straight down and rock it a little bit. Nice and easy. Here's the 154 cm. Doing the same thing, applying the same amount of pressure. It just barely sliced through the first one. Still cutting through. Still cutting through. There you go. That was a pretty cool test. What else? I got some rubber over here. So I'm going to fold the rubber up and then 154 cm. There you go. You can see it's like 4 layers. Let's see how it cuts. Pretty good. Going through there better than it did the cardboard. Alright, now let's test the S35VN, doing the same thing. It's much easier. I'm not BSing you guys. Going right through that. Look at that. Boink. That's just me. Here I'll just do another full on press cut through with the S35VN here. Stack these nicely for you. Rock it back and forth. Right through. Go back to the 154 cm. And more effort. Not much more, but more. Alright, there's our blades after doing some cool, interesting EDC cutting. Now let's go cut some paper, see what it looks like. Here we are back inside, and just to show you under this light what these blades look like after all that use you just saw me doing. This is a 154 cm to be straight, and here is the S35VN. So I know a lot of knife people know the difference between 154 cm, which is this, and S35VN. So this video is not for you. This video is for someone who is looking at these two knives and going, which one should I buy? They're not that much difference in price, especially when you can score one of these at a sale or get one pre-owned. So obviously for the S35VN, you can expect to pay a little more retail than the 154 cm retail. I will put the retail prices, the original retail prices of these will scroll over there, along with like the blade length, because it's exactly the same on the two. The dimensions of the blades are exact. There is no difference in the grinds at all. That's why I'm doing this video, is because it's so interesting for me to see how this test evolves. Okay, here we have the super thin loose leaf paper. Now, I have not cleaned the blades at all, and I just want to see with all that gunk on them how they slice paper. Here goes the S35VN. Wow, that just went through there like butter. Like no difference between the way it was when I first got it. Well, after I touched it up, that's how it was working. That was me. I'll give you just one of these like quick cuts. Let's go to a fresh corner. It's biting a little bit, but overall, look at that. There's no drag, and it's cutting. I can control the cut, which is amazing. Let's cut the... Okay, now here's the 154 cm with fresh slice of paper. Let's see how this one does compared to the S35VN that went through there like nothing. No, there was a little hang up. You can see it's hanging up. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe there's just something stuck on the blade right there. I mean, if I just do that, I don't want to cheat and really clean it. Let's go over to this side of the... No, I can feel it hanging up, like it's kind of more jagged. Let's go back to the S. Yeah, see, that's going right through like butter. Let's go up here and try to do like just get this corner cut. That's pretty good. It did that okay. Honestly, you can see which one is working better. Right? You can see that the S35VN blade performed better outside, and it actually performed better right here in the paper test. Pretty cool. Now I'm going to clean off the blades and then do that again without sharpening them. Alright, just getting the rest of the gunk off the S35VN. I'm not using any solution or anything. I'm just taking a microfiber cloth and just wiping the blade. Be nice if you could see it. Anyway, I'm just wiping the blade with a microfiber cloth. No solutions, no oils, no nothing. And then show you this one here. See how they shined up? Give you a look at them. Looks very, very good. There's no scratches or anything. They look kind of brand new still. Take this one out. There's a little gunk still on the blade there. That's me. I can get that off. Get some spit on it. There you go. What it is in the metal, the actual particles are smaller. Finer grain everything. Everything lines up better. That's why your edge stays sharper. This is a Crucible Metal product, CPM S35VN. That is made in Syracuse, New York, by the way, for sale. They're having some financial problems. But anyway, what I'm showing you is what these look like when they're all cleaned up. Before I cut the paper again. And what I was saying with S35VN, made in New York, it's designed by Chris Reeves. That's right. He has the famous Sebenza line, Sebenza knives out there. And that's what everybody wants. That's their grail. No, it's not everybody. It's not what everybody wants. But it is considered a grail to get. It's very nice. Having one of Chris Reeves' knives is pretty cool. But the reason I'm talking about that and him is because he collaborated with Crucible Metal and he developed S35VN. And it is highly resistant to corrosion and holds its edge really, really well, as we just saw. 154 cm, also very good corrosion resistance and holds its edge very, very well, but not as well as the S35VN. And that's what I kind of wanted to just prove to myself. So let's get to like a fresh piece of paper cut with each of the knives after I've cleaned the gunk off of them to make sure that wasn't hindering that little test cut. So we're going to just do 2 cuts with a 154 cm and see what it feels like. Definitely less draggy. Okay, now I'm going to go and switch over to the other side and grab the S35VN. I honestly have to say that is slicing better. It's easier and I have more control over that cut. There you go. My test is concluded with that couple of cuts. That's all I needed to see. Well, if you guys thought this little test was cool, put a thumbs up there, like it, subscribe, do all those cool things. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming.